So as I said, get up particularly early, not because we're going to the Cliffs of Moher at 3 AM, but because I want to get some work done before we go at 5:30. So what I've got going on is a little bit of coffee brewed up, the Mr. Happy cup, because essential. Now I've got the MacBook, so we're going to get stuck into some work now, drink some coffee, focus for a bit, get some focused work done, and then go and have some fun and start the day. So I'll see you guys in a bit for some non-fitness related fun. No.
Captive in my kiss, and there's a storm you're starting now, and there's a storm you're starting now, and there's a storm you're starting. I'm a wanderess, I'm a one-night stand, don't belong to no city, don't belong to no man. I'm the violence in the pouring rain. I'm a hurricane.
Was that what the birds are picking at?
I think it could have been, yeah.
Some guy messaged me and was like, there's a dead dolphin in the water, go look for it.
Who?
I don't know, some guy on Snapchat, when he saw that I was here, he was like, go look Owen and go look for the dead dolphin.
Oh, class. Oh, it's unbelievable over there. There's a cave that like goes way back in under the cliffs, like. You must go back for about 200 meters, like. And it's not like, you know the way normally sea caves get really shallow, it's like deep the whole way back.
Can't believe that's inflatable.
Yeah, I know, they're class, aren't they? We can bring them anywhere.
Perfect. That's why you don't drive, Laura.
Why?
I'm saving for my jet ski. Or my plane. Whoa! Go again?
No, go away.
Throw it at me.
No.
smell off them is unreal. Does a glime. I like it.
Hey!
How does it feel to be the Triage
Shut up.
videographer? So we've hired a videographer. That's what she's really here for.
Not getting paid enough.
No, that flick. It's so long way it doesn't focus on two of us at once though. Aren't you pissed?
Yeah, you have. I'm sure you told you earlier. Camera.
Yeah, but I don't want all the air to come shooting at me.
Yeah, we will.
Go on, do it.
I'll do it. What way do I twist it?
Yeah.
Right guys, so we're gonna get back to doing a little bit of fitness stuff. Enough of that landscape stuff. But anyway, I've got some training, so hitting lower body today. So I'm currently getting coaching from Sigma Nutrition. So real good coaches, evidence-based, and that's what I was looking for in a coach, because I believe that kind of all coaches or trainers should have their own coach, just for accountability purposes. When you're worrying about so many other people's training, the last thing you want to do is worry about your own as well. So at the moment, because I'm going to Belarus in 2 weeks and I just started the coaching process, we're just kind of working on testing my strength, kind of seeing where it's at so that we can plan going forward. What's up? Working on testing my strength, kind of seeing where it is so that we can, you know, plan then appropriately going forward. So what I've got today is a bit unorthodox, like compared to the training I'd normally do. So we're starting off with squats, working up to a single, then we've got multiple heavy sets followed by some pause squats with some higher reps then. But I'll show you some of this session. We won't go through all of it because I'll likely just show you the program in a bit more detail when I'm back from Belarus and we've actually got a nice structure in place. So yeah, just kind of testing strength today. Just a little bit, working on technique. My technique isn't 100% on like kind of heavy squats because I haven't been near that intensity. But what I will do is show you the technique, show you some of my warm-up cues, or technique cues rather, some of the cues I like to use and to give to clients, and hopefully that will help you guys a little bit. So let's get into the gym. So rather than like spending a lot of time stretching before I train, especially with the lower body, what I'm going to spend time doing is actually working the muscles that need to actually be worked during the session. So essentially the accessory muscles such as the adductors and abductors are things that I'll really focus on in the warm-up. So essentially what I'm looking for here is what's known as post-activation potentiation. If you want to read a paper on that, I'm going to link one right here on the screen, okay? So post-activation potentiation is essentially just allowing us to output more force from the target muscle by pre-activating it in very simple terms. What we obviously want that if we're looking to lift as much weight as possible with as much force as possible, as opposed to stretching, which we know has a tendency to actually decrease force output when we train. So if your adductors are a weak area, for example, or your abductors are a weak area, and you know that maybe your knee tracking isn't so good or your adductors get very fatigued, it may be a better idea to actually work those muscles slightly before your session as opposed to stretching them, because that's going to decrease their force output and hence their tolerance to actual loading over time. So that's just something to consider in your own warm-ups. I always tell my clients, particularly in relation to squats, is to practice as you play. So this comes down to both the psychological aspect of lifting and that post-activation potentiation thing again. So when you think that, let's say you're lifting 140 kilos, your muscles are trying to output as much force as possible. So when you're warming up, even if it's 60 kilos on the bar, what you should be aiming to do is output as much force as you can. So nice and controlled as your eccentric, as you will with 140 kilos, but you're trying to explode that weight up as fast as you possibly can while maintaining your technique as normal. And you're going to see that reflected throughout my movement. So it's important to actually think of your setup in like a systematic manner. So every joint needs to be in a position that is either stable or moving with everything else being stable. Okay, so the first thing I think about when I approach the bar is the position of my hands. For me, I like to come about 1 to 2 fingers inside the rings. Okay? Then what you're going to do is thumb around the bar. If you struggle with shoulder mobility, it might be better to keep thumbs outside. Okay? Also, if you struggle with shoulder mobility, it's important to go maybe a little bit wider. It's not always better to go closer. So that's the position I like. There as I get under the bar. What I'm thinking about doing is actually pulling the bar down into my back. You'll see me actively retracting my shoulder blades. So I'm not just holding the bar like this, I'm pinching my shoulder blades back like that when I'm under the bar. And you'll see what that looks like now. So, hands there. Bar supported. So note the rotation of my wrists. Okay, so we're going to rotate so the knuckles are towards the ceiling and that bar is supported against my back. So as I'm here and I'm about to squat, what I'm thinking about doing is first breathing into my stomach. So that's going to be a diaphragmatic breath. I'll include a diagram to show the difference between those two types of breaths. So I'm breathing into my stomach, locking down my abs after that, and then I'm going to think about pushing my hips back, pushing my knees out, and coming down nice and deep into the squat.
See in reps 1 and 2 here is 1 bad rep and 1 good rep. Now what we're comparing is the actual spinal position. So rep 1 is going to show you a very commonly held spinal position where the lumbar spine is arched or in a lordotic position. So it's a lumbar lordosis combined with an anterior pelvic tilt. So this is reflected through sticking the butt out. Rep 2 is a good example of where the spine is held neutral throughout the repetition. You'll see this reflected in the diagrams here, where the top left highlights the difference between a straight or neutral spine versus an arched lower back, where you've got that anterior pelvic tilt. That's also shown in the bottom left, the difference between an anterior and posterior pelvic tilt and some of the musculature involved. And then you'll see what it looks like in practice on the right, where the top right shows me arching my lower back. That's going to put me in a weak position and likely compromise my depth, versus in the bottom right, where I've actually braced and held my spine in a neutral position without sticking my butt out.
What's the RP for that, Gary?
Huh?
What's the RP for that?
RP fucking 11. It's the hardest part of any leg workout. All my SPD brothers. 3 to 4 reps.
4 to 5 sets of 3 to 4 reps.
So I'll do either 4x4 or 5x3.
That's way too many options for you guys.
Waste the volume, it's alright. So I'll do 4x4.
To eat.
How can your YouTube videos be so clean but your house so dirty?
It's edited.
Don't trust his YouTube channel. Look at this. Okay. This.
You may have to eat your bowl of cocoa pops with almond milk.
That'll do me. So we are bringing this bad boy out to play because Josh is applying for what, Josh?
A secret project. No, the Christian Guzman application for a videographer. Been working on that all day yesterday, so I'm gonna get some cool stuff for that. Just to make it stand out a little bit more.
Sweet.
Gary's gonna find
sneak peeks of the project in the background.
Gary just disassembling his bomb.
Oh yeah. The bomb.
It's the bomb.
This thing is actually Gary proof, thankfully.
It's what?
Gary proof.
Gary proof. Very few things are Gary proof.
Look at this absolute tourist.
Tourist mode, bro. Bird! The fuck out of the way, bird! Oh, this looks sick. What's happening, guys? I just want to finish off this video with a brief little commentary and a recommendation for you. I very rarely shout out anyone on this channel or on our channel or on my previous channel, to be honest. Not because I don't feel there's a lot of people that provide value. I do believe there's a lot of value provided in the fitness industry, but a lot of it is the same stuff. And I truly believe that Josh is someone that you should consider following. He puts out an amazing positive message, and you know that that's what I've always been about. And he also does some amazing videography and photography work, which is something you don't see from a lot of fitness YouTubers, and he's kind of taken his channel and his social media toward that angle. He's done some awesome work recently for some mental health projects as well, so I highly recommend you check out his stuff. You won't regret it, and his channel is going to be linked in the comment box below, along with his other social media. So check him out, guys. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, be happy.